Hello, Booktube. I thought I would do a currently reading slowly, and also just a little catch up. As much as their catch up is, I've been doing lots of catch up on my NaNoWriMo preparation, so you'll have seen that video or safely ignored that video, whichever one you prefer. I'm reading very slowly at the moment. I know that, some people say, "Oh, I'm a slow reader. I only read like 4 books a week." Man, no, I'm actually I'm approaching actually normal person slow reader, in the sense that I've been trying to read. So apologies, Brian. I've been trying to read Cousin Bette by Honoré de Balzac. In my defense, I started this a good while ago. I slipped a couple of books in Lampedusa, for one, in there in between, just because of kind of urgency, and I was going to go see the author of Lampedusa, Stephen Price Reed. So I put this aside. I'm at like 80%, and I'm really grinding. I'm really finding the characters either incredibly despicable, or doormat saints who I also dislike. So that's where I'm at with that, Brian. Might be. I'm sure we'll have an interesting discussion about it once I'm finally done. But it's one of those books where I don't know. Yeah, I get to the end of the day and it's like I could read this book, or I could watch BookTube. I've been watching a lot of BookTube, I guess, instead. I'm also listening to Natchez Burning, by Greg Iles, a American Mississippi writer, I believe. And this is a Steve Donahue influence thing. I picked it up from the library as an audiobook, which I'm sure Steve would be shocked and appalled about. But that's for that reason I'm actually kind of slowly going through this chunker, which is, I think when you actually print it out, it's like 791 pages, and it's the first book of a trilogy in this author's work. It's a Penn caged book number 4, but apparently the next 2 books are actually a part of a discrete trilogy. And indeed, as Steve says, you can just pick up this book and you won't have any trouble. There's allusions to stuff happening before with Penn Cage, intrepid lawyer, now mayor of Natchez. Really interesting book about sort of what happened, at least at the point when this book is told, about like 40 years earlier, about the civil rights and all the kind of the Ku Klux Klan, and Penn's father, a doctor who is highly respected, but then he seems to have gotten caught up in some of this stuff, and now 40 years later this stuff is kind of coming home to roost, and it's all really well told. But God, it's such a long book. It's like, oh good, I'm 20 hours into it. I've only got another 18 or more to go. It's like, holy crap. So I guess I'm also slowly going through that, because I'll probably get an hour of that a day in. So yeah, that's sort of what I'm reading at the moment. I'm not one of these people like, oh my God, I'm not reading enough. It's stressing me out. It's just like, oh, okay, that's seems to be where I am at the moment. Whatever my interests. As you know, as I alluded to, NaNoWriMo, the National Novel Writing Month, I've been doing a lot of kind of preparatory writing for that. So that's taken a little bit of time there. And theoretically, I was planning in November, I was going to read for nonfiction November, I was going to pick up Cromwell, Revolutionary Life by Diarmaid McCulloch. I think I have right, at least. It'll be up here on the screen. And going to read that as my nonfiction November thing, and kind of in preparation to kind of start gearing up to reading Hilary Mantel in the new year, over at Jason at Old Blues Chapter and Verse. He's going to be having a read along of the Hilary Mantel novels that I don't have to actually say the name of, which would be good, because I read that before, and I felt like I was on uncertain historical ground, even though I'm sure from everything, no one's been calling out Mantel for being incorrect about her interpretation of Cromwell's life, but just I could really feel the slant, and I felt like I wanted to have more information on it. That said, just because I've been kind of slowly pushing my way through Balzac, I don't know I feel slightly hesitant about picking up. I think it's another 700 or so page biography of somebody in for my for my next read. I feel like I want to put some light reading in between me, or I don't know. I'm gonna see how I go there. I'm gonna pace myself. I'm not wedded to this whole nonfiction thing that other folks are out there who I'm sure couldn't care less what the hell I read. Yeah, so I've been doing that. I've also, I don't know if you've noticed just in my videos lately, I've been editing my videos. I sort of kind of came to the decision that a lot of times when I watch other people's videos, to be honest, when I look at somebody's video and I see that it's 20 minutes or 30 minutes long, I kind of prioritize, and I might put that at the bottom of the list, or I'll put it to where when I'm feeling like it. Whereas people's videos that are shorter, I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll just kind of watch that right now. And I was feeling guilty because I am definitely somebody who's producing a lot of these. I've been producing a lot of long videos, which I feel like a bit of a hypocrite producing long videos like that if I'm not prioritizing those people's videos when they bring theirs out. This of course excludes someone like Raconteur, like Steve Donahue, who apparently I just can't get enough of. And I highly recommend you go over to his channel if you haven't watched his videos. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna edit my videos. I'm gonna try and keep them under 10 minutes. Oh boy, me being brutally honing as I actually maybe get it down to 10 minutes. Of course, that means I'm probably actually putting out less videos because it takes more time to put out short videos than it does to put out unedited long videos. But yeah, that's my little experiment on this channel. And yes, and we can read more, and we can, especially if you're a slow reader, you need all the time you can get. So long live people who do make long videos and make them so engaging and interesting. And I'm gonna try and be a short video guy. We'll see how that goes. But so I think that's about all I have to say right now. I'm gonna cut it short there. More videos later.